Welcome back to the Twisted Pint Tavern. Today we're visiting r/D&D to answer D&D players of Reddit, what are your favorite D&D stories? Attention tavern patrons, we have an important announcement. We are officially opening the Twisted Pint Tavern Discord server. You can hop in using the link near the top of the description, and in there we chat all things D&D and share stories and all the kind of fun stuff you find in a Discord server. And as a special thanks to all of the early joiners of the Discord, we will be doing a video coming up soon using stories exclusively sourced from the Discord. So if you don't want to miss out on that, hop in, share your stories, and that might become a running thing. Anyway, let's get rolling. I play a Halfling druid who likes to get shit done, with the only problem being the fact that he kinda sucks at getting shit done. When the body of his distant cousin was discovered, I decided to try and remove the bullet from his head. DM says, alright, roll medicine. I go in all confident like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do good here. What do I get? Natural 1. So here's what happened. I plunge my hand into the bullet wound. I grab the bullet and pull it out along with a fistful of brain matter. I then proudly show it off to the party, only to slip on a puddle of blood, fall onto my ass, and lose 1 hit point, just because the DM wanted to fuck with me a bit more. I don't think my party's gonna trust me with medicine ever again after that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'd trust you with medicine after that. I was DMing for a couple of friends in our first long campaign. The players got really into role-playing, especially the bard in the party. On a session in which there was a prison break scenario, they disguised themselves as royal guards to infiltrate the prison. Led by the bard, he manages to convince the guards to escort them to see the prisoner, rolling 2 consecutive nat 20s and doing some roleplay that had me in tears by going up to the guard, uttering the command, and proceeding to slap him in the face in an elegant but demeaning manner. The guard was too stunned to react, as was the rest of the party, which played along. This meant they skipped the whole prison I had planned and missed some loot, but I wasn't even mad. It ended up being a running gag for the rest of the campaign. So what you're saying is, every time throughout the rest of the campaign when they needed something, they used a quote, elegant but demeaning slap? Yeah, that sounds about right. One time one of my players, a female bard, decided to seduce a devil and rolled a nat 20. Since I like to just let players do what they want, I nerfed him severely and let them marry each other per request. The devil, now named Garfield, becomes a party favorite NPC because of how wholesome he is. That same player later asked if their friend could join the campaign, to which I said yes. The friend makes a nearly identical character to the first bard. The original bard then decides that they're done with Garfield, kill him, and hook up with the new player. Okay, so first off, poor Garfield, and second off, poor Garfield. I was DMing for the first time, I think, when my fiance decided to torture the bandits with an invisible servant and illusions. It culminated with the invisible servant sticking his finger up the bandit's horse's butt. Is this torturing the bandits? Is this really connected to the bandits at all? I was laughing so hard at his antics, I had no idea what to do. I think I made the horse run off. I mean, wouldn't you have something you couldn't see invaded your space like that? Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'd run off. But why was he fingering the horse's butt in the first place? Spoilers for the Tyranny of Dragons campaign books. Also mention of some slight NSFW topics. So I'm running a Tyranny of Dragons campaign, and the first book starts with the dragon cult raiding a town. Eventually, the party can make their way to a grain mill that is staged for an ambush set by the cult. Players have a chance to suss it out if they make a high enough perception check. Just so happens the ranger did, and lo and behold, the cultists were seen and the ranger alerted the party. And with that, the counter ambush was set. A small garrison of local guards came to assist the party and waited outside the cabin with spears ready. The Kenku rogue of the party mimicked a human voice to tell the cultists inside that there were hot local Milfs waiting for them that had been captured. One successful deception check later, and the entire ambushing party fell right into the trap. As the party celebrated their success, they each looked into the night sky to see the Milf Nebula shining down upon them, characterized by its large purple spheres of stardust in roughly the shape of boobs. So when I played through this part of Tyranny of Dragons, my character and the rest of the party also noticed the ambush and set up a counter ambush. It may have gone a little more effectively if we had known about the MILF trick, because I think our ambush was significantly less MILFy. One of my personal favorite D&D stories is, for once, from a character I play instead of DMing. So I play a changeling assassin / shadow sorcerer who is, coincidentally, named Zill. That's right, don't piss off the tavern keep. You don't even know my real face. Anyway, we were at the top of an evil magistrate's tower and we were there to kill him. So a fight breaks out. We've done some decent damage to this guy, and him being a wizard, he gets low on hit points pretty quick. The wizard casts Wall of Fire through the middle of his chambers, and through the dancing flames, I see him grab a potion and start to uncork it. Since he used all of his actions already, we knew he couldn't drink it until his next turn, but that wouldn't be long, and we did not have the resources to take him on again if he full healed. And we were all at less than 10 hit points. Also, he hadn't taken his reaction yet, and so if I or our warlock cast a spell on him, we knew he'd counterspell it, and so we couldn't really take the chance at hoping magic would help us here. So I did the only logical thing I could think of. I walked through the Wall of Fire. Naturally, I took a lot of damage. Here's the thing though, Shadow Sorcerers have a class feature called Strength of the Grave. So once per day, when you would drop to 0 hit points, you can roll a DC 5 plus the damage taken to instead drop to 1. If you fail, you drop as normal. This was a long shot, but I was the only one who could potentially survive going through the wall because of this. So I took something like 30 damage when I walked through, setting the DC to 35. My only chance was a natural 20. I picked up my shiniest D20, took a deep breath, and dropped it in the dice tower. Natural 20. So with excitement around the table, Zill the Assassin strolls through this Wall of Fire up to the wizard, flames singeing his clothes and burning at his skin. But the wisps of shadow creeping out from the now cracked, charred flesh slowly knit him back together, leaving a battered but breathing assassin with a cloud of shadow trailing behind him as he approached the wizard. I used my action to do one simple thing: snatch the healing potion out of his hand and drink it myself. The DM and party, including me, immediately got that badass game hit of adrenaline, and the fight continued. The very next turn, our warlock chucked a book through the Wall of Fire to try and hit the wizard, with disadvantage because he couldn't see him very well due to the flames. Even with disadvantage, he hit, and the wizard took 1 point of damage. Then rolled a 1 on his concentration check, dropping the Wall of Fire just in time for our paladin to charge in and pin him to the wall with his sword. The tower then collapsed and we barely survived, but it was cool as fuck. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you're not too upset about the whole Changeling Tavern Keep thing. I know it's a bit of a shock, but you get used to it. Anyway, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so and ring that bell so you are notified of any videos that we post. And go to the comments and share your favorite D&D or TTRPG stories with me. I love reading your guys' stories, and the best ones might get put into a future video. Thank you again for watching, and I will see all of you lovely people in the next video. Farewell.